Hey, thank you so much for visiting this channel. I'm Matthew Msing, architect, designer, and developer from South Africa. First things first, thank you so much for clicking this video and also for subscribing. As you know, in this channel that we are targeting 200 subscribers by the end of the month. And now we are sitting at 194. We are too close, guys. We are making it. Thank you so much to you for viewing my content and also for sharing my content. Now let's just jump straight into business. Okay, we are designing this WhatsApp web UI clone. Okay, this is where we want to be. I must say that this is not my design. This is a picture that I've downloaded from the internet. So I believe WhatsApp web UI looks exactly like this. So let's jump to where we are. So this is where we are. As you can see, this is what we've done, and this is what we are trying to do. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's quickly fix some of like minor issues that we saw in this section. As you can see, when I am hovering over this X, the cursor doesn't change. Okay, it doesn't look like this one. Okay, and also in the back end, sorry, in the code, we must fix some sort of a conflict, some sort of a conflicting statements or conflicting CSS properties. Okay, but I will show you what that is in a minute. Okay, so where we were in the last video, when we click here, this disappears. We were happy with that. Okay, but now let's go back. And then the first thing that we need to change is the conflicting CSS properties. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, if you look at here, this is display flex. Okay, remember this section, it's this blue box. Okay, so it has got a display of flex. Okay, behind the scene, a display of flex, like this flex class, in behind the scene on actual CSS, it uses display flex. Okay, and then let's quickly type hidden here so that you can see. Okay, as you can see, hidden, this class hidden, behind the scene on actual CSS, it has got a display of none. Okay, as you can see, the display of flex and the display of none create some sort of a conflict, because the other one, this one hidden, display 9 hides the element, and as you can see, display flex will show the element, because in order for it to be flex, it must be shown on the screen. So this is more like a conflict. Okay, as you can see, Tailwind CSS has highlighted that for us. So if we delete this here, it makes no difference if we are adding that hidden true through this variable, because as you can see, this variable, it's being some sort of changed by this function. As you can see, we are changing it to hidden. So if it's a conflict when we put hidden on the actual code, it's still a conflict when we put this hidden through that function. Okay, so we need to do something. Okay, so first of all, let's remove flex here. Sorry for that. I forgot to mention, guys, in this video, maybe my voice might not be that good. I've got a flu, so if my voice is deep or it's a little bit funny, please bear with me. Okay, so what I did, I have removed flex here. Okay, so initially this will be false initially. Okay, as you can see, this is where we've initialized it to false. Okay, initially it's going to be false. Okay, so now what we need to do, sorry for that. So now what we need to do, where is it? Okay, so now what we need to do, as you can see, let me just remove everything first. Okay, we don't have display hidden through a variable, and also we don't have flex through here. Okay, so what we need to do, or what we want to do, we want to choose between the hidden that is displayed through a variable or the flex that was here. So that means we need to choose now instead of putting both of those statements. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We are going to use if else statement, but we are going to use a shorthand or a short form of it, which is a ternary. Okay, so this is how it goes. We've got this variable which is false by default. Okay, meaning that now we need to ask, is this variable true? Meaning that inside this variable there is false. Okay, so if this variable is true, what you must do, okay, if it's true, put that variable, okay, put it as it is, which is it can be only true when it's changed from false to hidden. So when it's hidden, we want you to display hidden, else display flex. Okay, let's see, let me put some spaces here. Okay, let me put a space here. Okay, sorry guys for that. Okay, so this is more like an if else statement. Okay, initially this variable is going to be false. Is this variable false? Yes. So what you must do, you don't display this, you display this else. Okay, but what if maybe when we are clicking the X, we have set this variable to hidden instead of false? Then it's going to ask, is this variable false? Of which is not false, because when it's having a string, the false initialization will be changed. Okay, this initialization of false will be changed to hidden. So we are asking, is this false? No, it's not false. That means if it's not false, which is true, display this one. So guys, it's like we are, based on this variable, it's either we are displaying this hidden or true, else we are displaying this flex. Okay, I hope that one is clear. Okay, I hope that one is clear. Okay, as you can see, this disappears. Okay, now let's quickly change the cursor pointer when you hover over that okay, when hover over that X. Okay, so let's change it here. As you can see, this is the X SVG, that X SVG, and this is a div around it. So we can go to the div around it and say hover, and then let's quickly load the on-screen keyboard. As you know by now that I have a problem with the keyboard key C. So when I'm supposed to press C, I must always use an on-screen keyboard. Okay, so let me quickly do some tricks here. Try to copy and paste. Okay, over, let's come here, C is there. Okay, cursor dash pointer. Okay, I think my shortcuts have worked. As you can see, when we hover over this, we want a cursor to be pointer. Okay, let's go back, refresh here. Sorry for that. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can see now, when you hover over here, okay guys, we are done with this section. Now we need to continue. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's continue with this section. What I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to be as fast as possible. Okay, sorry for that. So meaning that I'm going to try to be fast, since we at least it's been a while since we've been continuing with this series. Okay, as you can see, I think now we are on number 10. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create this white box. Okay, this white box. However, let's change our green background. Remember, this whole background to us is green. So what we are going to do, we are not going to some sort of make only this box to be white. Let's change the green background to be white. Okay, as you can see in our code, we have a green background. Okay, so let's just quickly change that to white instead. Okay, let's see, here is a green background, BG green. Let's just make it BG white. Okay, BG white, quickly check that, refresh, let's see. Okay, as you can see, we have a white background. Okay, so now we need to create this box, this one. Okay, and then inside it there is an input. Okay, let's quickly do that. Where we are right behind this blue box. Where is it? Here is it. Okay, right after the blue box, here is a blue box. Okay, it ends here, and then we can put another div here. Okay, let's quickly do that, guys. We've got this div element. Okay, then let's label it input. Yeah, let's comment it. Okay, this is our input. Okay, so this is just the box around it. This is just this white part around it, and then we're going to use this input. Okay, also our input, we will wrap it around a div also. You will see later why. Okay, and then from then we can have that input. Okay, sorry, we can have that input. Okay, and that is it. Okay, as you can see, the input has got an icon there. Okay, so now what we want to do, I think we do have a search icon. Suppose there's a search icon here. Okay, maybe in my fiddling, I think I've made some mistake or something. But suppose we have this search icon there. Okay, guys, we will fix this mistake later. Okay, so let's continue. We already have a search icon in our icons. Okay, so let's see, do we have an input here? Let's restart and see. Okay, here is it. Okay, we have it. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to introduce some colors so that we can see what we are doing at the same time. I think my on-screen keyboard is not there yet. Let me load it. Okay, so that when we want to use it, we know it's already available. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce some colors so that we can give some colors to these elements so that we can see what is what and which is what. Okay, let's do that. Let me copy this class. Okay, and then this is the overall container. Okay, in this overall container, I want a class of bg. Let's say bg red 500. Okay, let's minimize this. Okay, let's check bg red 500, which is this bg red 500 is going to be this section. Okay, just a moment, my computer is slow. This bg red is going to be this section. Okay, this section. Okay, which is the input is inside that section. Okay, let's see here. Okay, as you can see, here is that section. This one, it's our input. Okay, automatically this section fills the entire width of this container, but let's do that intentionally. Let's not let it do things by default. Okay, so let's say the width, I want it to be full. Okay, let's make sure that we do it on purpose so that the element might not do it automatically. Okay, and then from then, let's set the height. Let's set the height to be 11, and let's see what's the height of 11. Okay, this is supposed to increase. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, that's the height of 11. Let's see. To me, it looks like more or less like it, but let's just give it a height of 12. Okay, do we have a height of 12 here? Yes. Okay, I think a height of 12 will do. Okay, as you can see, I'm happy with this. Okay, so what we want now, we want to have our input. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's set the padding, okay, the padding on top and the padding on the left and right. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go back here, and then let's go to our input. Let's style our input. Okay, give it some classes. Okay, let's see, give our input some classes. Okay, and then what we want our input to be, let's make our width full, and let's make the height full. Okay, it's more like we want it to, it must fill the entire red section. Okay, so that when we are doing our own padding, we can see, okay, as you can see, for the width it's full, so now we want even the entire height to be full. I wonder why the height is not full. Let's see, h full. Okay, okay, the height is not full, and I don't know why. Okay, not a problem. Okay, let me try to first the entire container to this, to position it relative. Okay, position it relative, and then let's see if that won't make a change, because sometimes the parent container, when it's not relative, the child container doesn't know how must it grow. It doesn't know, it doesn't have a boundary that tells it it must grow until it fits a certain container. But if that doesn't work, that's not a problem. So what we are going to do, we are going to set the height of this to be 12 also, so that it can fill the entire area. Okay, in terms of the height, let's see. Okay, as you can see, it does that. The reason why we are doing this, we want to do our padding. We want to see how our padding, so it must look like this one. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So we want padding. Is there something called padding X? Okay, yeah, I think there is padding X. Let's say 2. Okay, let's see padding X of 2. How is it going to look like? Okay, as you can see, I'm happy with this. And then let's do a padding. Oh, by the way, padding X means only padding the x-axis, which is this side, the left side, and the right side. So padding Y will be only padding this is the x-axis, padding the y-axis, which is horizontally, which is the top and the bottom. Okay, so if this is padding of 2, then let's make padding Y of 1. Okay, okay, let's see. Okay, even though it looks like it's smaller than this one. Okay, okay, for us, let's make this one 2, and let's make this one 3. Okay, let's make this one 3. Okay, and then this is relative. Okay, the width, since this width is more like a solid number, so what we can do, let's change it to full. Okay, let's change it to full, but full didn't work before. Okay, but let's see. Okay, now we are sure that on the top, this is how big the padding is. Okay, obviously at this it's the same with the bottom, and on the left this is how big is the same on the right. So what we want to do now, we want to increase the height of this. Okay, to this one, it's a height of 12. Where is it? This one is a height of 12, so full doesn't work. I don't know why. Let's make this a height of 10. Okay, let's make this a height of 10, and also we need to center it. Okay, a height of 10 looks like it's too much. Say height of 8. Okay, a height of 8. Good. Okay, so now what we want to do, let's make sure that this is centered. Okay, remember there is a div around this input. Okay, so let's just display it flex, and then items center and justify center. Okay, so that means now we have made sure that this input, the white input, is centered. Okay, as you can see, it's centered. Okay, what else do we want to do? Let's round the corners like this one. Okay, then we're going to say rounded. Let's see. Rounded. What are the options that we have around rounded SM, rounded small? Let's see what rounded small look like. Okay, refresh. Okay, I think we need rounded medium, not small. Okay, let's see, rounded medium. Okay, yeah, rounded medium is almost like it. Okay. Okay, what else do we want now? We don't want the outline. As you can see, when we click here, there is that outline. Okay, let's remove that outline. Outline none. Okay, let's see if we have the outline. As you can see, we don't have the outline now. Okay, so we are getting there. Let's change the background to be gray. Okay, BG gray 50. Let's say gray 100. Let's see how is gray 100. Okay, I think this is it. I think it's it. Okay, and then from there we want to add the icon. Okay, so now what we are going to do, let's take the component that we already have here. Okay, the component that we already have here, let's put it here. Okay, let's put the component here, and then okay, so this is how this component work. Okay, this is the color of the icon. Okay, what is the color of the icon? The color is almost like green. It's a very unique color. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, so let's go here and say, let's say green for now. Color is going to be green. So what we are looking for, we are looking for path dot glass. I think that means that's the search icon. Okay, guys, if you are new in this series, in the early videos of this series, you must go back and watch where we were creating all these components for creating icons, since I'm not going to get into details and explain how these works. Okay, so let's see if we have a glass icon there. Okay, which is the search glass, or that magnifying glass, a green one. Let's see. As you can see, here is it, but it's on top. That's not a problem. We don't mind about that. And then what we want to do, okay guys, whatever that I was trying to do here, obviously it didn't happen. Where this container, I was positioning it relative here. Obviously this one didn't work here. Okay, so guys, I'm going to explain how are we going to position this glass here. Okay, that's what I'm going to explain. So first of all, we are going to make use of the parent container. Okay, let's see, where is that parent container? This is, yes, this is the input. Okay, This is the parent container. This is the the search icon. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want to position the icon relative to this parent container. Okay, by default, this parent container, if it doesn't have any width and height, that means like a rubber band, it wraps around this input. So the width and height of that parent icon is the same as input. Okay, so what we are going to do, the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to take this icon to be at the left of 0, which is here, and top top of 0. So if let's say it was here and the left is 0, it goes to the left here, and if the top is 0, it goes here. We are going to first do that. Okay, let's do that, which is here is this icon, here is this icon. Okay, so what we need to do, we need also to wrap it around with a div so that we can change the top and left of that icon. Let me just copy this. Okay, copy this, let's see. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to say let's say okay, 0 and left of 0. Okay, actually it looks like it's actual left, not T. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's top 0 and left of 0. Okay, but what's going to happen, this is not going to move accordingly. This is supposed to move. Okay, let me refresh. This is supposed to move to this top, okay, which is this left of 0 and this top of 0, but it's not going to move because at this point in time, this icon, it doesn't know if it's moving relative to which container. Okay, for instance, let me make the container around it, the parent container around it, okay, which is this one. Let me make this container relative, okay, so that you can see the change. Okay, so if we put relative here, we are telling this container the top and left of it, it must be relative to this container. Now let's see the difference. Okay, let's see, refresh. Okay, nothing happens, not a problem. This is supposed to be here. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Oh, okay. One last thing that I have forgotten, okay? At the same time, as much as we've got this, okay, top and left, okay, this needs to be absolute, okay? Absolute means that you can position this element like anywhere in the screen, okay? So that's the only thing that we have missed there. As you can see, now it's moving to be on the top of that container, of that parent container, and on the left of that parent container. What if we can change this container is not relative and this red box become relative? Let's quickly do that and then I will explain later. Okay, now let's make this one relative, which is the red sorry, the red square. Okay, the red box is the one that is relative. That means now the parent container of this element, it's not relative. Let's see. As you can see, it goes to the top of the relative parent and also to the left of the relative parent. Okay, guys, I think that one it's clear. And okay, now let's take this relative back to where it was, to this parent. Okay, to this div. Okay, let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, to that div, let's see. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to position it like this. Okay, meaning that now the left doesn't have to be 0 in a way. It has to be a certain number so that it can move a little bit, and also the top so that it can be in the middle. I think also the size, it's a little bit bigger at the moment, but we will fix that later. Let's make a top of 3. No, a top of 2 and a left of 3. Okay, let's see how it's going to look like. Okay, I'm happy with the left. I think I'm happy with the left, but the top, it's too much. Okay, let's make a top of 1. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, make a top of 1. For me, it looks like it. Okay, more or less like it. Okay, and then what else do we want to do? Let's change the size. Okay, do we have any property for changing the size? This is the path, and this is the glass, and this is the box. Okay, so we don't have a property where we change the size. Let's go to this component, SVG component, and see what it receives. Inside component, okay, we've got icon. Okay, the component, it's icon. Let's see. Okay, where do we change the size? I don't think we do change the size of it. I don't think we do change the size of it, right? Okay, isn't there a width and height here? Here is the class. The width is 6 and the height is 6. Okay, we can play around this and change some things here. Okay, the width is 6 and the height is 6, so meaning that we can have a component for changing the width and height. Okay, let's quickly do that. So we are going to sort of edit this component so that it can suit our need. Okay, so what we are going to do in this component, in this icon, we want it to have a width of let's say a width of 3 instead of that 6, and a height of 3. Okay, this means that all the icons that didn't have the width and height will be affected, such as this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, because all of these by default they were 6. Okay, the height of 6. Okay, so now when we are changing, we need to be very careful. We need to change it in such a way that if we pass nothing here, the default value is 6. Okay, I hope that's clear enough. So what we want to do now, okay, as we are editing our component, we want to say, remember when you put these properties here, all these properties, you will receive them in your component through this prop dot. Okay, through this prop dot. Okay, and then if we want to change those, okay, now let's change the way in which we are receiving them. Let's destructure everything. Okay, destructuring will be, instead of receiving these properties through this prop name, like prop.path, prop.box, prop.stroke, prop.width, prop.height, let's just receive them as variables as they are. So how are we going to do that? We just remove this, we just remove this prop. Okay, we just remove this prop, sorry about that, and then we open the brackets and we put these names as they are. Okay, we put these names as they are, this one, and box, this one. Okay, let's put the box there, and then let's put the path there, the stroke there. Okay, as you can see now, we've just got rid of prop. Okay, path is there, box is there, and stroke is there. Which another one? Yeah, nothing. Okay, so now we are going to delete the prop and catch those exactly as they are, as you can see. So we are destructuring that that JSON array. Okay, meaning that we are just receiving those words as those variables as they are. Okay. Okay, now the first thing that we are going to do, let's just make sure that our destructuring works, meaning that if nothing breaks on the icons, that means this here, this change that we have made here, didn't affect us that much. Okay, let's just test that. If our icons are still like this, everything is being displayed, that means we are good to go. We are winning. Okay, as you can see, everything works. Now what we want to do in our destructuring, remember now we've got the width and also we've got the height. Okay, nice. Okay, what we can do here, we can change instead of this width and height, we can say, for instance, um, let's remove this string. Let's remove this string. Let's put curly brackets, meaning that we're going to write a JavaScript file. So we are going to type H here. Sorry, we are going to type H here. Okay, and then from then and a dash and then plus H. Okay, this is how you concatenate in JavaScript. Okay, plus empty space plus, okay, city width dash plus width. Okay, I will explain this now in a minute. Okay, what does this mean? It means that, okay, in this class name we're assigning a string. That string is a literal string h with a dash plus the h that we will receive as a parameter here. Plus, as you know that the CSS class properties, these ones, these utility classes, you must always have a space between them. Okay, so that's what we are doing here. We are just putting a space. We're just putting a space between them plus another string which is a width plus dash plus the width. Okay, so what's going to happen here, the icon that passes these properties will work very well, but maybe some other icons, let's see, maybe other icons, these ones, the ones that we did before, maybe they might not work, but let's see. Okay, because those ones, as you can see, all those ones that even this one has disappeared. Okay, even this one has disappeared. Okay, that means our width and height, these ones are understandable because they don't have the width and height, these ones, but this one, the icon, it's supposed to work because it does pass the width and height. But let's just quickly check. Okay, so this class becomes h dash and then plus something. Okay, okay, I'm happy with that, and even the width becomes the width dash plus something. Okay, now maybe the width 3 doesn't really, there is no width 3 in CSS Tailwind. Let's go back to 6 first. Okay, let's do that. What we want to do, it's only this search icon that is supposed to work first. The other ones, understandably, we know that they are not going to work first, as you can see. Okay, so meaning that our problem was that on utility classes for Tailwind, there is no h3, there is no such a thing. Okay, so if you want to make this small, we can just make it h2. Okay, maybe there's no h3, that's why it didn't work. Okay, but our destructuring and all other things are working. Let's see. Also, it doesn't work. I wonder what's the problem. Okay, let me just say I want an h dash. Let's see. Yeah, we've got h0, 1, 2 up to 3. So I wonder why h2 and h3 doesn't work. Okay, I really don't know why, but let's quickly check. Width is equal to 2. Can I make it a literal value which is 2? Let's see. No, it doesn't work because it has to be a string. Okay, and the age is equal to true. When it's equal to 6, it works, but when it's equal to true, really, it doesn't work. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's continue and make it 6, and then we will make some adjustments later. Not a problem. Okay, let's make this one 6. Okay, and make this one 6 and see. Okay, meaning that it's going to work, meaning that it's going to show. Okay, as you can see, it shows. All the others are not showing. Okay, all others, let's give them a default of 6, meaning that when you have destructured your JSON string, JSON array like this, okay, you can say equal to 6. That means you are giving them a default value in case they have not been assigned a value. Okay, meaning that if it doesn't have a value, it will take a value of 6, but if it has a value, it will take the value that it has. Okay, what might be the other problem? Okay, let's go back and see. Okay, as you can see, now we've got all our icons the way we want. That means if you've passed nothing, then the default value will be 6. Then if you pass something, that means this is supposed to be small. Okay, let's see. Okay, but we will fix that. We will see what we can do. Maybe alternatively we will use scale. Okay, we will scale it down instead. Okay, let's just quickly check here. Let's quickly check here. Okay, let's quickly check here. Okay, so we want the SVG. Okay, here is the SVG. As you can see, the class is height of 6 and the width of 6. Okay, but why the width of 3 doesn't really work, which is what I don't understand. Okay, the width of 3 disappears. Okay, let's say 8. Let's say it's bigger. Okay, let's say it's 8. It's a bigger one. Okay, that means it can go as small as 6. It cannot be lesser than that. Okay, that's not much of a problem. That's not much of a problem. So what we want to do now, okay, let me test something. Let me go back to here. Let me go back here, and then what am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? Do I have a class here? Here. Yes, I have a class here. What if this width is 2 and the height is 2? Would that affect? Okay, would that affect the SVG? Okay, now I'm in the parent class of this SVG. The width is 2 and the height is 2. Okay, let's see if this SVG is going to be affected. Okay, as you can see, I think it, or maybe did it? Okay, no, it was not affected. It was not affected. Okay, let's see. Okay, the width and height of this parent is 2. Okay, let's see what else can I do. Okay, what if maybe I can change the width and height of these icons to be full, which is the width and height. They must take the width and height of the parent container so that in here I can manipulate the parent container. Okay, let's check that. Let's test that. Let's test that. Let's see. Okay, as you can see now, these are bigger. Okay, because they are some sort of taking the width and height of the parent containers. Now I need to manipulate the parent containers, okay, which is something that I can do. Let's start with that X. Okay, let's start with the X1. Where is that one? Okay, where is it? Where is it? Okay, somewhere here. Here is it. Okay, so meaning that the parent container for it is this one. It doesn't have a width and height, right? Yes, okay. Let's add the width and height to the parent container. The height, let's make it 6. And the width, let's make it 6. So, meaning that if this SVG icon, the width and height is full, which is, it takes the whole width of the parent container. That means if I can constrain it, if I can make this H6 and width of 6, suppose now it takes the size of its parent container. Let's see. It looks like here is this X. It took the height of a parent container. Okay, that means we are winning. Okay, so this means that all of these must be wrapped by containers with which they've got the width of height of 6 and the width of 6. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So what we did, now we are introducing containers around our SVGs so that the width and height of our SVGs can be full. Full means take the width and height of the parent so that we can be able to manipulate the width and height of the parent. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Where are our SVGs? Okay, whenever we see an SVG, we then need to wrap it with a div. Okay, and that div must have a width and height of 6. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and wrap it with this icon, with this div, so that it can take the width and height of this div. Okay, take this one, wrap it with the div, so that it can take the width and height of that div, the parent div. Take this one, wrap it with a div. Okay, then take this one, wrap it with a div. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. What's this red thing? Let's check. Unreachable code. Okay, okay. That means we made a mistake somewhere here. Somewhere here in our copy and paste. There is an unused div. Okay. Where is this div ending? We go back. Okay, let's see. This one ends here. This one ends here. This one ends here. This one ends here. Okay, let me just check. There's a div. Yes, there's a div that I had to remove. Okay. Done. Let's go back and refresh and see. Okay, as you can see, all these divs, they are taking the width and height of the parent container. That is it, guys. We are winning. Okay, let's go back here. So, meaning that the default width and height for all these things, it's full. Okay, that's what it has by default. So if you want to change it, you change the parent container. Okay, now we can even not receive them here. We can even as some sort of hard code them here. Okay, can remove this as unnecessary for now, meaning that now the H of here is full and the W of here is full. We know that for sure. We don't even have to receive it through these parameters. Okay, we know that that's the case. Let's refresh and see. Okay, that is the case. As you can see now, this one, it's taking the width and height of the parent container. So let's go and fix that. Okay, let's go and fix that. Where is the glass icon? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here is it. Okay, so the width and height of the parent container, let's make it 3 so that it can be smaller. Guys, I think we have solved the problem. Obviously it took some time, or it was a little bit longer. Okay, it was a little bit longer, but if you watch this video again and again and again, you will get the concept, or you will understand what I did in order to solve the problem. But in simple terms, the actual SVGs, they don't have their own width and height. The SVGs themselves, the actual SVGs, which is the component, the actual icon component, as you can see, they don't have it. So they rely on the parent container. That's how I've made it. Then I manipulate the parent containers in order to set the default width and height for this. As you can see here, it doesn't have a parent container. As you can see, this is a mistake. I have to fix it. Okay, so now let's work on the width and height of this parent container, so that at least it can be more or less like this one. So let's make it width of, let's make it 5 and see. Okay, because 6 was too big. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it looks like it. Obviously the icons are not the same, so the look and feel might not be the same, but still to me it feels like it's still big. Okay, let's see on 4. This is much better. Okay, this looks more or less like this one. Okay, let's fix this problem, this one. Okay, go to a Wi-Fi. Where is that Wi-Fi? I think it's right up here, Xmark and the Wi-Fi. Okay, okay, we need to wrap it with a div. Okay, and then give it a class. Okay, give it a class of height of 6 and the width of 6. Okay, that is it. Go back, refresh. Okay, let's see. Yes, now everything is working fine. Now let's continue. As you can see that this, based on all the changes that we have made, it's no longer in the middle now. Okay, that means we have to work with its top position, which was where is it first? Okay, below this one here is the class. The top is 1, so let's make the top to be 3 and see. Okay, top of this 3 is too much. Let's make it 2. Okay, okay, I think I'm happy with this. The next thing that we are going to do, we are going to work on the padding. Okay, as you can see, when I click here, as you can see, it starts writing from here, but it must not do that. It must start writing from here. So we need to play around with the padding of the input. So padding left, let's make it 4. Okay, let's see, padding left to be 4. Okay, as you can see, this is where it starts, and then let's make it, let's say it's 6. Let's make it 6, padding left of 6. Okay, padding left of 6. As you can see, it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Not really. Let's make it 7. Okay, I've got issues with number 7 on my keyboard. Okay, let's use this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so at the moment I'm not familiar with Tailwind CSS width and height. As you can see, I'm still learning what means what. Okay, so now this is supposed to be at least bigger if it's 7, but still it's in the same place. Let me make it P left. Let me make it 9 then and see. Or maybe we don't have 7 on the Tailwind CSS utility classes. Let's check. Okay, 9 works very well. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we need to memorize, guys. Things like, for instance, let's look at this. Okay, as you can see here, there is P what sometimes, or P7 is there. So you need to put numbers that are available here. If a number is not available here, that means it's not going to work. As you can see, there is no 65 here, there is no 57. So I need to familiarize myself with these numbers. Also, I need to some sort of get a sense of scale as to if it's P2, how big is it? If it's P5, how big is it? As you can see at the moment, I'm still struggling, but we are getting there. Whatever that we want, it's happening. Okay, happy with it. Let's go back and see. Now we want this to take a big space as possible. Let's try flex grow. Okay, I'm not sure if it's just grow or it's going to be flex grow. Let's see. Okay, I think it's flex grow. Let's try flex grow so that it can fill in the entire space. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it's going to work. Seemingly flex grow doesn't work. Okay, let's go back. Okay, this is flex grow. Was this div? Was the parent div? Where is the parent div? Was the parent div? Was the parent div flex? It was not flex at all. Okay, it was not flex at all. So we cannot have a flex grow of a child, but the parent div was not flex. Okay, let's check again and see. Okay, let's check again and see. Okay, still it doesn't really work. Okay, let's look at the width and height. Okay, now let's see, what are we going to do? Okay, as you can see, the width is full. The width is full. Let's remove the width of full. Let's remove the width of full. Okay, is the parent container flex? Yes, it's flex. Okay, let me align all the items center on that flex. Okay, let's see if this flex grow is going to work. Okay, let's see. If it's not working, then that means we'll have to set this height to a fixed number. Okay, but I didn't want to do it like that, but in the interest of time I will have to do it that way. Okay, this input flex grow. Okay, let's see what might hold the width of this. Okay, what might hold the width of it. Okay, that means this is absolute. Okay, flex, let's see, distance and flex of 1, meaning that it takes the entire space. Okay, I don't know why it's not doing what I want. Okay, guys, let's resort to a width of a number. Okay, width of a number for now. Width of a solid number. Let's give it 36 and see how big is 36. Then we'll scale it down from the, looks like 36 is small. Okay, we inspect it. Inspect it, width of 36, 40, 60, 60, let's go back. Okay, 60 doesn't work. Width of, let's see, maybe my padding. Okay, let's see. 56. Okay, let me check my padding. How is my padding? I've got only a padding of left, which is 9, outline 9, height. Okay, nothing. Okay, let's check on the parent container. On the parent container, the flex one is only relative. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. This one is absolute. Okay, okay. Let's refresh and see if 56 is going to work. Okay. Now guys, we are just stuck on the issues of Tailwind CSS. Okay, we don't know much about Tailwind CSS, so we've reached a point where we need to some sort of make our own technique. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to put a, what can I say, a pixel number, a straight solid pixel number. Okay, because these are with 56, with 50, what, we don't know, they don't want to grow the way we want them to. So I'm going to put square bracket and I'm going to put 300 pixel here. Okay, then with pixels we will never go wrong, meaning that it will do what we want. Okay, as you can see, with pixels it grows to whatever amount we want it to grow to. Okay, okay, let me say with pixels, just make it 230. Okay, 330. Okay, as you can see, that is exactly what we want. And then let's put a placeholder there. Now this is an input, and then let's put a placeholder. Placeholder is equal to, what's the placeholder here? Search or start a new chat. Search or start a new chat. Okay, or start a new chat. Obviously this is not right because there is no C there. Okay, search or start a new chat. Okay, save. Let's see. Search or start a new chat. Okay, that's it. Then let's try to change the placeholder using Tailwind CSS. The placeholder, the placeholder size, text size, placeholder, placeholder, let's look here, isn't there placeholder SM or placeholder, okay, placeholder center start, no, evenly, placeholder, sure, okay. I think there is a way to change the placeholder, yeah, to change the placeholder color. You just say placeholder black or what, okay. Now I want to check the size. Okay, I think it's placeholder dash whatever number SM, or I think it's like that. Let's try it. Okay, obviously I don't want this. Placeholder, let's say SM, okay, which is for small. Let's see. Okay, doesn't seem like, okay, doesn't seem like, is the color exactly the same? Yeah, I don't mind much about the color, but I need to change the placeholder text. Okay, let me say placeholder, let's do it like this. Okay, okay, folder, okay, dash, okay, suppose there is placeholder for the size, okay. Okay guys, without wasting much of some time, okay, without wasting much time, let me just quickly search here on, let me search on Tailwind CSS how to, even on Google, placeholder size in Tailwind CSS, okay, and then we will be done, okay, we will call it a day. Text size Tailwind, yes, this is what I want. Okay, but I believe there is, but I forgot. I forgot how to start CSS. Font size. Okay, let me start here. Let's check here. Okay guys, we're almost done. I'm happy with this. As you can see, this looks more or less like this one. We are getting there, okay? We just need to change the size. We just need to change the size, the font size. These are just colors. Okay, these are just colors. Let me go back, check here. If we don't find it here, obviously you know our default solution is to use pure or vanilla CSS, and then we're good to go. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Placeholder. Text motion. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's try this for the last time. If it doesn't work, okay, let's see. Placeholder. Okay, placeholder. Okay, placeholder text. Isn't there something like that? Yeah, here is it. Text small. Okay, also you must put this double dot here, this dot dot. Okay, let's see. Go back, refresh. Let's see. Doesn't look smaller. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Wait for it to finish running and then, but still, it doesn't look smaller. It doesn't look a little bit smaller than that one. Okay, that's not the text the same. Okay, for now, let's replace font size. Yeah, it does change it. How do I get extra small? Extra small. I hope this is extra small. Okay, but if it doesn't work, we're just going to use pure CSS and then we're done. We will check that later. As you can see, even our computer now is starting to be slow, very slow, very slow. Okay, let's just wait for it to refresh and see. Okay, otherwise I wanted to do it with Tailwind CSS, but unfortunately Tailwind CSS is showing us that our Tailwind CSS scale is still very low. But that's not a problem, guys. That's how we learn, that's how we improve. As you know, in this channel, we are all about learning together. Okay, so let me just, I think now it's smaller. I think now it's smaller than it was before. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Okay, guys, I think we are done here. Let's end this video here. As you can see also, the computer now is starting to drag. We will fix other things like this gap and other things later. The only thing that we can do, we can just change the red background to white, which is something that is very simple and easy to do. Okay, instead of red here, we just put background white. Okay guys, that is it for these tutorials. I hope you have learned something. The last time I checked, in terms of subscribers, we were sitting at 194. I think so, 194, but at least we are almost like very close to 200. So if you have not subscribed, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so this is our final rendering. This is our final rendering, guys. Okay, let's just wait for it. Let me remove this. Then in the next video, we will continue with this one. We will continue with the bottom section here. Okay, with this bottom section, which is the contacts, and that will be it. We're almost done, and then after, we're just going to do this section and this one, and then we are done with this series. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is where we are at the moment. Okay, in the next video we'll make all the necessary adjustment, and then we are going to continue and do this. Otherwise, I'm Matthew Singati, the designer and developer. If you feel like this video has added value into your overall understanding of Next.js, React.js, Tailwind, and CSS, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one.